Hello, everybody. This is Grimcad, and we are here on a nice Friday night, and we're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing a 5th edition, and we are playing through a pretty heavily modified version of the Tomb of Annihilation. I am Grimcad, and I am playing Riyadh Day, the Bee Druid, who just became level 7. And I'm going to try my best not to use polymorph. Thank you for coming to my talk.
Why?
Polymorph
You don't want to be a wasp?
But that's why. Polymorph is just such a staple.
I mean, I just chose not to take polymorph.
What I think I'm going to do is...
I can't just change my spells and things on the fly.
As a warlock, that's a bit not a warlock, a sorcerer. That's a bit more understandable. But as a druid, why would you not?
The meta choice. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to write.
See a T-Rex turn into a T-Rex.
Oh, I know. Like, this is the perfect
T-Rex
setting for it because like T-Rexes are abound and all around.
I'd even.
We have already come across a T-Rex.
I'd let you be a T-Rex size bee.
But either way, we're going to play around with it. I think I might try to come up with another spell or something. We are joined by some of my friends who will introduce themselves now, and we will go right down the line, and I will say their characters' names.
I'm not here.
We're going to start with Ellen.
Not here. Don't pick me. Go me.
Say hi.
No, I said do me last.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna go with Nezu.
Hello, I be Spoons, and fire giants really hurt. I discovered.
Isn't she supposed to be dead?
Partially.
Really do it.
Supposed to be, yes.
We're gonna move over to Damikos.
Oh no.
do we just
I'm
lose?
having a bit of Discord issue. Apparently having.
Yeah. So, as a somewhat aside, how's your internet
Discord's
doing?
always doing its thing. Oh man, loving this new fiber.
Yeah, it's nice. That's good. Are you ready to say hi yet, Ellen?
I mean,
Ellen? I
Huh?
don't know who that is.
What?
I don't know who Ellen is.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Isn't that your character?
I mean, it's a character name, but it's not me.
Well, I say we're introducing ourselves in character.
In character, I don't think I've ever said my name.
You have surely said your name in character.
Have I? Have I? Because I don't.
I
Think
know.
I think
I would
you
have asked.
have.
I wouldn't have been like, just follow us, random stranger.
for like weeks now, you've never asked my name.
Goodness. But we are also...
There you go.
Thank you.
Hi.
I appreciate it. We're also joined by 420, last but not least, as our DM. And I will shove things over to him.
Less of a pain in the ass than some people in here. But yes, I am the DM, and we are playing D&D. I guess same as usual. Pick up where we left off last time, which is the end of a reasonable sized fight actually. 2 fire giants ended up storming the middle of what had originally been quite a not necessarily easy but not dangerous encounter until the appearance of the 2 said fire giants, which you actually managed to dispatch one of surprisingly well, and we're doing well against the other, and finished it off with the help of 2. Not that it didn't almost cost your party member, and by rights he should have been flat outright dead, but instead he has taken a bit of a debuff for the next session or two. Or I guess unless you guys spend half a week or a week just sitting on the spot in game, which could also be funny to do. I mean, you've met 2 new characters now. I don't believe we got to the point of name introductions.
We did not. We
left
did
it-
not talk at all.
Yeah.
Oh, so I see. You don't know their names, but we know them.
We said it. Yes. We said we were busy stabilizing Spoony there, Nezu.
Yes. So we will pick up with maybe 5-10 minutes after the fight, after Nezu's wounds have kind of been reset. He will be unconscious until you guys take a long rest, and that's when the 3 exhaustion points will pop up. So that'll be basically this conversation.
Mhm.
Sorry, Spoony, but you basically got cut in half by that giant.
Yep.
Like that sword was 4 times the size of you, seeing as it was 2 times the size of, the other humans in the area. But yeah,
You got cut in half. How is he unhalved?
well, that's kind of where the rescuing came in, through the work of basically the whole party and these 2 new appearances, 2 new
Put them back
faces.
together.
I dumped all
Yeah,
my
you
spell
you
slots.
basically you did better than all the king's men and all the king's horses. Let's say that.
Not the horses. Put them together.
Yeah. Yeah, magic duct tape. That sounds about right, and some magic WD-40 on the parts that are supposed to move. But did I give you or show you guys the
Handouts, I believe you did.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll have them again.
I like
As you are looking at, yes, what appears to be some form of
derpy looking man.
Dragonbait does
Yeah.
look a little derpy. I mean,
yeah. He doesn't look like any other lizard folk or lizardkin or anything that you've seen before. He looks very more dinosaur-like in appearance than an actual lizard, like most of the others do. A lot of other lizard people tend to look a lot more like all lizard names are now escaping my head, but like geckos and stuff like that. The stereotypical lizard. Well, this one looks more like a almost herbivorous dinosaur, but just human-sized, obviously, humanoid-sized. And the human would step forward and say, well, not that it seems you needed too much help, but glad we could assist you. My name is Artis, and this is my companion Dragonbait. May I ask who you guys are?
of course, and thank you. And I would step forward to, shake his hands. Both of their hands. I'm Riyadh Day. And I do believe we did need your help there.
I had it
well
all
then-
under control.
He would smile and say, well, fortuitous that we came by then. What, may I ask, are you doing so far out here? Not many come, especially in such small groups.
Well, likely the same thing that you're doing, adventuring.
Oh,
Out of
That
character.
is, I
Why are
guess-
we out here again? I don't quite remember.
I mean,
We
you'd
were
have...
walking somewhere, right? To like a city.
You guys are specifically going towards
Where we think
Orolonga.
the city is, right?
You're trying to find Omu to find the Soulmonger and destroy it, and
Yeah.
currently you're on the way to Orolonga because you guys have heard that.
But we
you
don't
might
know where
be able to
Orlong
find
is, so
Wisdom
because
of
we're just
Power.
like walking in a
You,
vague
you know,
direction.
like, a basic 2-3 day search area that you could find it with Damokos's help, but you don't know an exact location of it. You know, it's basically in a certain area of the foot of the mountains. Or at least Damokos knows that.
I mean, I think we had a question about it earlier, and I shared the information I had with the group.
I
Yes.
haven't seen the sacred map.
It's a secret.
Also, when you shake
Neither have I.
Dragonbait's hand, he wouldn't say anything, but he would nod with a smile, kind of crossing what's his face or his snout, I guess, and a slight scent of lemon would travel through the clearing.
Lemony? He smells like a lemon?
Yeah, as opposed to bacon.
I don't like him. It's like this weird lemony scent. Is he like a lemon golem or something? Is he fake?
No, his race don't talk verbally, they communicate via scent and hormones.
I see.
So yeah, his emotions and his replies and everything are based off of scent. Which is just great.
It's interesting.
But artists would continue, well, yes, I suppose our goals are very similar. Have you been out long, I suppose? And he would actually probably point towards the fire and, motion that everyone move to take a seat if this is going to be a conversation.
Oh yeah, it's looking like it is.
Yeah, they look a bit not haggard, but they're definitely well traveled. And I mean, Nezu is unconscious, so I'll just drag him near the fire. Jake will actually stay tending to him because Jake will stay with you guys until I write him out naturally.
Well, we've been out for some time. I suppose my original companions, only myself and Jake are left. We've been out in the middle of the wilderness for months. I'm afraid I can't give you an exact time.
He'd just be kind of nodding along with your story with a not solemn, but like very interested, but almost stone faced, like just listening to the story. Like he doesn't, because I assume you'd be continuing on. He doesn't really react outwardly to any great parts in the story that you might say. Like if you guys talk about some of the things you did, he would, he'd look interested in everything, but not much emotion would cross his face.
And you?
Well, myself personally, I've been around a lot longer than I should have. I have honestly fought in the spell plague. I've been out here since then too. Dragonbait, he's been with me and probably just under a year, I believe.
You say
So I'm not entirely sure about the timeline of this one, but is
how long
the spell
is
plague
a
like
long-
thousands of years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Spell plague is like no one alive today, not even many elves, remember, the events of the spell plague itself.
Yeah. That's quite a claim.
How
He-
old
he
does
would-
this man look? Does he look like he's like...
He looks probably Riod's age. Like, he doesn't look old or anything like that. He would give... his eyes would go almost blank, and he'd give a very hollow smile and say, well, that is very true. It's more than just quite a claim. It's beyond belief, and I know it sounds it.
How exactly are you here from such a far distant time in the past? Because you certainly
He would share
clear.
a quick
old.
glance with Dragonbait, and the smell would change to ham again, but not cooked bacon this time. More like fresh salted ham. Lots smoother and lighter of a smell. And he'd say, quite honestly, it's this. And he would hold up his hand, and on his left hand, on his finger, I forget what the finger's called, the wedding ring finger, he's wearing a very, very ornate steel band And you would
Huh.
also be able to note the letters BYRT tattooed across his knuckles. And if you checked closely on his right hand, you would see LUGG.
I don't think there's any any extremely tactful way for me to say this. Is your last name Cinder or Simber or something along those lines?
Dragonbait's hand would basically shoot straight to his sword, and Artis would hold out his hand quickly to, like, a stay your hand gesture. And he'd say, I must admit it is, and I must admit that it is somewhat worrying that you already have this information before meeting me. May I ask how?
Well, several months ago, we came across a group of people, more towards the north, looking for you two. Said they were Sens or something like that. Said they were, well, friends of yours, but we're smart enough to read between the lines. We realize they're likely not any actual friends of yours.
I would say so. Dragonbait, quite honestly, is the only thing I could consider a friend that still lives.
Oh, there's always time to make some more.
Well, it is a token of goodwill, and it may not be something that you're unaware of, but there are people out here looking for you, and more specifically, for your ring.
I am quite aware of that. If I'm quite honest, that is why me and Dragonbait decided to help you. I thought these, and it motioned towards one of the giant's bodies, were some of Drufy's lot, but it would appear not. This is one of the mountain tribes.
Drufy?
A frost giant. She or he? I'm gonna say she, so if you run into her, remind me if it ends up being a he that it is actually a she.
I'll put it in bold.
Yeah, she, well, quite honestly, wants, yes, the Ring of Winter, and as you can imagine, if my claim is true, then anybody would.
We
Well,
have it.
certainly not everyone, I wouldn't think.
What exactly does the ring do? Mind I ask.
It has allowed me to remain alive for longer than I have honestly cared to want to. It has many more powers beyond that, which, if you don't mind, I would prefer to keep to myself.
Oh, man. Of course. Of course. We all have our secrets.
It is an item that is beyond most powers of this realm, and quite honestly, it has saved my life more than once. It does so every day, quite honestly. I will share this much with you. It gives a sort of anti-divination effect. I'm not exactly well-versed in magics and such, but that's the best I can get. I've never been able to be scryed or followed unless it is in a physical sense.
Interesting. Why do you carry the ring to this day if you say that you don't really wish to?
Because I wish to see my beloved again. And he would look really sad at this point.
A nod, a wordless nod. I wouldn't push him any further.
Oh, whoops.
Is it vibrating?
I whispered part of it, but apparently not the other part.
That's what I like to just hear, man. Is it vibrating?
How good a time are we having here?
Notice.
Okay.
Sorry, that was just complete failure of spelling.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But like, you know, if you're making a point of checking it, then no, it would not.
Okay.
Late is it? At this point, like, what do we get? Do we get jumped?
It's
Like,
a,
oh,
it's
it was
a
the morning,
secret
wasn't
mouse
it?
tool to help us later.
Wasn't it morning? We got woke up at night or something, or is it still night?
It would be early hours. Like, the sun would probably.
We didn't get to
just be
finish our
starting to
rest,
come up.
did we?
No, you didn't. Like, you don't get to take another one right now. I think I gave you guys a full rest. No, you guys had a rest the night before coming.
Yeah,
into the
we have
fight
to,
anyway.
like, but we didn't have our one we were trying
Nah,
to
not
get.
one. Not one
That's got
since the fight.
interrupted. Yeah.
But he would be lost in memory for a short time, until or unless prompted.
Well, I would
But-
say, well, you know, our plan was continue traveling, but given the current state of some members and the gesture of two, of course, what is left of Nezu, we might be staying here for at least a day or two.
I just like to picture Nezu as like the T-1000 from Terminator 2, the liquid one when it gets crowbarred in half. You guys have kind of just like sealed him back together, put a little bit of magic into him, and hoped for the best. But Artis would say, well, I would, yes, highly suggest not moving, at least until your companion is conscious again and able to stand on their own 2 feet. If you've been out here for any length of time, you know just how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Indeed.
So, and again, this might be sort of a long shot, but you've been out here for quite some time, yes?
We did say a
I have
very, very
barely
long
left-
time.
I've barely left Cholt in my time since the spell plague, quite honestly.
I see, so a very long time. There are some things that we're looking for, and it's very likely that you could at least point us in the right direction. One of which, two of which really.
Sorry, I will retcon that. He has spent a lot of time in Cholt, but not the entire time. Like, he got the Ring of Winter out on the mainland. I'm pretty sure he met Dragonbait out on the mainland and stuff. He's come back to Cholt,
Okay.
which
Nice.
you can ask about why he has if you wish. It's just, I just reread his page.
Why have you
he
returned
hasn't-
to these four
Yeah,
states in land?
it's a big difference between being here for eons
Right.
and not being here. You know, he has spent a lot of time traveling, but he comes back often, so he is pretty well traveled here as well.
Is this your vacation island? Your getaway resort?
I mean, if you're asking that, he would go on to say that this is where his wife disappeared, so he keeps coming back to check to see if essentially see if the place where she disappeared has come back.
The place? You act as if, or you say that as if, you know,
Yes,
not she,
during,
not just her disappeared, but all
during
the
the
land that was
spell
there?
plague, the city of Mesro, it disappeared in its entirety. It was like it was removed from time. Like it had never existed or been before, and with it went everyone in it. And my wife, Alessandra, was there at the time, defending it against the undead legions.
I see. My condolences. To your
It just
loved
disappeared through time, an entire city?
Honestly, in all my time, no answers have ever really appeared. It is as if I'm the only one that even remembers it half of the time.
If it did just disappear, then why would it return suddenly without warning?
Well, after so long, quite honestly, I don't think it is just going to return, and I am tired of waiting. It is part of the reason I have returned to Cholt. I wish to find a way to bring it back.
How do you find that which does not exist?
That's the first question I wish answered.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in that death. It seems like quite the undertaking.
It has been so far, yes. But I have what I believe is a good lead, so who knows?
You have a lead?
Sergeant Baza.
The
God
name
bless
lost
you.
on me?
Yeah, he would say it not necessarily like, you know, it's common knowledge or anything, but he would say it like it was a common name for him.
Yeah, so the name's lost on me.
It is an ancient guardian. It's a Naga.
A guardian that holds great wisdom?
If the stories and rumors are to be believed, yes.
That is likely located in the lost city of Orlando?
Oralanga?
Orlanga.
Yes, that would be it.
That is where we are heading.
So that
You
must have
know-
been why my family spent so much on it.
You know the location of the ruins?
Our fortune.
Not
My family has narrowed it down pretty far.
Please, I beg, I must ask you to allow me and Dragonbait to at least come with you to Oralanga.
I would pull out all the notes that I was able to recover from when we were raided.
He would be like, not actually frothing at the mouth, but he would be that excited to get like a look at the notes and everything like that. And again, there's no like clear path or anything like that, but it's a lot of helpful information and probably some things he hasn't read or heard before as well.
Our family spent fortunes on finding it. I've been the bookkeeper for our family for quite a long time. We mounted an expedition, and two of my friends, cousins, whatever you want to call them, were lost. And at the moment, we've been sidetracked because these guys kind of saved my lives, but I'm kind of also their prisoner. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But
Wait, he's
this
our
is
prisoner?
all the information I
Questioning
could
look.
recover.
He's not our prisoner. I certainly thought that this was clear by now. It's sort of a long story.
Oh, it was by
Yeah.
no means like a derisive look or anything like that. He wasn't looking down at you or thinking less of you or anything from it. It was just like how does he not know the current situation of whether he's a slave or not? Like, yeah.
And so I say out loud, like, I didn't remember this man's our prisoner.
Rion's just a secret slave
Well,
trader.
no, not really.
Not really.
Like originally, while we were helping the goblins, he was given to us to dispose of. Obviously, that
You're an assassin?
no. You can tell by
they're
the
looking to
fact that
sell
he's
me to
living,
cannibals.
breathing, walking, armed and equipped.
You're not a very good one.
Just saying, by the way, the entire clearing now smells like brimstone as Dragonbait's just like looking between the members of the group, his hand on his muzzle snout thing.
Can I just say, you said I'm armed, but can I just point out that I have no weapons except this stick?
Through which you can cast fireballs and lightning and all sorts of other conjurations.
No, sorcerers technically just do that shit from their hands.
Well, I'm sorry, there haven't been many shops out here.
No, I understand.
would like one.
I'm just pulling your leg.
But yeah, artists would see, the at least attempt at levity and everything like that, and he'd smile and probably get a slight chuckle out of it. And then he would start up again. So, please, not to be too pushy, but again, I ask, can me and Dragonbait accompany you, at least into or longer?
I don't see why not.
Any problems?
I certainly can't say no. Rinir did already. You certainly came to our aid. It's fairly obvious that you don't wish us ill will. And even if you did, you're certainly going the roundabout way of doing so. So I find it highly unlikely.
Oh, this is good, but believe there is no debt. I mean, if in all honesty, it was just as self-serving as it was to help you. The fact that the giants were already engaged was just fortuitous for us. But I suggest we, at the very least, make camp for the day and wait until your friend there can at least walk somewhat again. And at this point, like during this entire conversation, Jake would have been pouring what magic he had left in spell slots into Nezu, and would have gone off to start resting to basically reset and do it again. So yeah, both of them would be unable to do much for the day anyway. But if you guys wished to make camp and get a long rest for yourselves for the day, you guys could also do downtime things like hunting or anything else that you want or need to do.
Sure. Certainly rest, but we also have not, searched the giants or anything like that.
No, and that's what I was meaning as well, do any looting and stuff like that.
Might I suggest we camp a bit further away from them? I guess we could stay next to them. If you don't mind the stench, that is.
I'd still loot them first.
Yeah.
Whether you're left or not.
Of course.
We could make tents out of their armor.
Kind of bad taste.
I'm gonna wield that sword.
But yeah, I certainly, at least, would certainly search them, and the veggie pygmies, though, of course, I don't.
Yeah, I don't care.
Think the pygmies will have much on them.
Yeah.
You want to roll for that, or?
I've just rolled up now.
Okay.
It is, aside from the ludicrously large swords that, you guys just are not even carrying, let alone using, and their armor, which again is also well too big to use. The usable stuff would probably be 38 gold, just in loose coinage, basically shrapnel in a sack that they've gotten from other dead adventurers or something like that. You would find a spell scroll of detect evil and good. or detect good and evil, whichever it is, and a potion of healing. Again, just each of them would have a small sack that would, for the most part, be moldy food and bread and stuff like that. But there would be, one decent item in each and a handful of coins between them.
Okay.
I instantly cast detect good and evil on artist.
Bow, bow, bow.
He is, in fact, quite evil.
But I mean, I'll just move the bodies. But we can say you move your camp enough that you're not sleeping in amongst the dead.
Sure.
I don't.
I was just sleep amongst the dead.
I'll snuggle up next to him.
Alan's just like, but my landmines.
They'll keep me cool.
It's like, it's like those survival situations when you gotta, live inside a camel's dead body. You gotta do
Artists
to survive.
and Dragonbait at one point during the day would pull out. They wouldn't be the prepackaged ration meals that you would, buy from an adventurer's shop or whatever. But they pull out some very hardtack bread and some dry salted meat, and they would be feeding themselves for the day.
When
At one point, Jake would come to you, Rion, and be like, "Hey, can I have some good honey for me and Nezu just to, eat and help the healing processes?"
And yes, I would certainly do so. And again, I typically feed
Yeah,
people, and I would have fed them as well if they,
Yeah, it would have been at the time of day that you usually do cast your good honey to get everyone's meals for the day and everything. And I mean, if you offered some good honey to artists and Dragonbait, they would take it quite gladly. I mean, it's a lot better and sweeter than anything they've had in months, and they would make comment on that, and they would actually make comment as well on how it's odd that it seems to have the same effect and everything that good berries do, but taste a lot better. Because, good berries are often classed to, at best, sweet cardboard. This is basically taking a mouthful of good honey that gives you all vitamins and nutrients you need.
The forest provides.
I've begrudgingly accepted your good honey as my food rations have dwindled over the weeks of travel.
You'd only grudgingly accept my good honey? I see how it is.
Yes.
You get some good wax there.
Chew on this.
You get
Is
the
it
bad
actually-
honey.
Is it actually chunks of honeycomb?
Yeah, it's,
Well,
small, but
It'd be like
it's like a
wax
gusher.
yeah. That's exactly essentially what it'd be like. A fist-sized gusher that you just eat like an apple or something.
It's all sticky.
You don't eat an
gross.
apple like a gusher, though.
Yeah, I'd have some good honey.
I would if I could fit an
I
entire
assume I've
apple
been
in my
feeding
mouth.
you people this entire time. I've been taking the spell slot
No.
off every day.
That's what I thought Grim was doing.
Have you
If
guys
you
been
guys haven't been eating it.
ticking off rations?
I have.
Oh.
It's
But
amazing.
I don't think I've actually been remembering to take off rations,
okay.
so let's just say I've been eating your honey this whole
we
time.
hand waved a lot of it, but I would say that once I got about half my rations, that
The reason we hand wave a lot of it is because we have a druid and a cleric who can both make food and water, so you guys have literally not had to worry about it.
yeah.
But so yeah, everyone can take the equivalent of a long rest. Nezu, you would be conscious again coming into. I mean, it'd be very late evening by this point. The sun would
It's
be
like a
starting to
noodly
set.
man. Doesn't have any.
How did the sun arrive?
I mean, it was surprising when we were fighting, was it not?
It's probably still dark, I think.
Yeah, it would have still been reasonably dark.
'Cause I believe it was on my watch that it happened, and that was second watch or something.
Ugh,
I think you had third, didn't you?
No, I don't remember.
really sad. I think you were last.
Not that important.
Not that it matters, but yeah.
But yeah, Nezu would have been out for 12 odd hours
Mhm.
at least.
Well, I mean, I would certainly
Um,
say we need to just sit and wait until he's, not just back on his feet, but back 100%.
I'm ready to go whenever. I'd be kind of restless to get moving.
Yeah, Artis and Dragonbait, they would be okay with staying a couple of days and everything, but after basically in the morning they would both be a bit angsty and wanting to keep moving and everything like
I'm
that.
fine
But at
leaving
the
at
same
night.
time, they understand that Cholt is not a place to have a cripple.
Means we could run away.
A wary monk is my default state. I could use my hands of healing on myself to sort of help speed it up, I believe. Would that be all good?
You already have full HP. are you
Like,
not?
HP you're probably fine on, but you probably got a ton of, exhaustion and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's actual exhaustion, it's not HP.
Gotcha.
Health-wise, you can take hits again and everything like that, but you're essentially, you feel like you're in the middle of the worst flu of your life, and when you stand, you've got like 2 seconds of clarity before everything starts feeling like you're drunk and everything. You can barely move in a straight line and shit like that.
He's a noodle man.
Yeah, that's why you
Ooh.
get disadvantage on literally everything you do.
Noted.
I guess we could stay the night.
Staying the night and not having Nezu do watch.
If we stay here one more night, do you...
What?
Continue.
I was just gonna say, if we stay the night and do you think you'll be able to walk in the morning, Nezu?
That's what he'll be able to do. So in the morning
Oh.
he'll have speed halved,
It came up as a
which
blank.
when you're traveling on the overmap doesn't
Yeah,
really
there's a
matter.
handout for exhaustion.
Okay.
It's just a blank.
It's because it's in GM notes,
Ah.
so you can't see it either way. It's just the exhaustion table.
Gotcha.
But yeah, resting to morning will bring him to exhaustion level 2, which will take away disadvantage on attack rolls and saving rolls and bring it down to just speed half and disadvantage on ability checks.
I'm sure we won't get. I'm sure he can walk through the jungle without dying for one day.
We're not looking at
Well,
a
he-
day's journey. We're probably looking at
Yeah.
weeks of traveling.
And he also
Exactly,
won't
so he'll be in tip-top shape before we get there.
No, because you're also fighting against points of exhaustion every day. You get 1 point and you lose 1 point. That's why we just haven't been writing it up, because every long rest you lose basically your
We're
last
just gonna
days of
live here
exhaustion
now?
anyway. No, he's only
We're
needs
talking about
2
2 or
3
3 days. Why are you in such a hurry to leave when we've got someone wounded?
Why do you want to sit here in the middle?
Because
of
we
nowhere
have
for-
someone wounded, and I want them to be better.
Well, couldn't we find a better spot?
Another
village
patch
is
of
natural
wilderness?
They're like, are these tortillas existing? Can I go inside this tent?
No, like this is just a lazy random encounter map. Like, this is just a small clearing in amongst the big trees and everything of the forest that you've been walking through.
Yeah, but are there like tents or anything of noteworthy around or now?
No.
I would have a tent.
Oh yeah, aside from your own personal tents,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the ones that are on the map aren't there. You can just call them
I hate
rocks
you
or
and your
something.
stupid.
I just haven't taken them off.
Don't you
the map
have a
layer.
tent?
No, I don't have a tent.
Oh, goodness.
I'm gonna spend
look,
my
you're-
day
You're in a
trying to
better.
like build a shelter. Like I'm gonna build like a house. Like
Give
I'm gonna
me
get like
a
a bunch of
survival
sticks
check.
and leaves and
You
Okay.
managed.
Can I help them build a house?
No, because I want to give her a bivouac with a survival roll of 2. You put 2 sticks
Okay.
up and throw your cloak over the sticks and then sit under it and you're like, house.
Perfect.
This
And
Very
then it falls
believable.
over.
No, I've only had a third stick. I could
I
use that
would try and
third
make my
stick.
own house, but it would be the same.
We can put our two sticks together and make a 4-stick stable house.
But these two are busy spending the day making bivouacs, apparently. Artis would probably stay
No,
with you
no,
guys.
I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. I can't build
Actually,
houses.
Neither
I
of
have
them
no
would go.
wisdom.
Neither of them would go. So, yeah, everyone would basically just be doing a rest day and night. So in the morning would bring down Nezu, sorry, and then another night would be to 1. So it would be 2 days, and he would be good on the second day's night.
Has my house improved at this point? Make another roll. Oh, you've got a third stick now.
Yeah, you managed to chuck that third stick on, and it's just made, the kind of perfect little triangle tent and everything like that. And just as you managed to get it in place and everything, Nezu's kind of standing up and stretching himself out and feeling a lot better. So he's like, right, let's go.
Yep.
And I
But no,
packed my stick
it is
out.
still late, like night time. So if you guys were going to travel, it would be by night.
Let's do it.
Are we traveling by night? I really don't like to travel by night. I don't see in the dark.
I close my spell book and let's go.
Literally everyone else would be like, nope.
Yeah.
Dragon
We're
bait,
like all
artist,
humans
bait.
except for
I mean, I'm a
close
human.
enough.
I would pull out a hooded lantern and some oil.
Exactly. Look.
We'll go tomorrow. Why waste the
Are
oil?
you sure? I mean, I can see.
I can see just fine.
Careless adventures. Careless.
But no, I don't have those things. Don't worry.
We'll camp and we'll go first thing in the morning. We'll have a fresh nights of rest, just a meal, and then we'll go.
Well, by vote, it would be camping anyway, because Jake would not vote to go in the middle of the night.
Stumble around
Riod
in the
isn't
dark.
either. So you guys would leave in the next morning. I'm just going to quickly.
Also,
roll.
before we leave, mind if I write something down in the dirt right by where we battled?
That's fine.
I do mind. Pick it
Oh
up.
God!
Oh wow,
Oh,
that
Jesus!
bad.
Jesus! Ah, God!
What's happened? Oh God, he wrote an entire novel.
Is it
You
just
know-
like? Are you just like writing it in the dirt, or are you like
Just writing in the
etching
dirt.
it into a tree or so? Okay.
Could have wrote that during the night.
You could
But
better to write at the morning. Then leave with that. Leave.
Who's ready for their computer to die?
Yeah, I'm ready. Kill me.
Oh, opera handles it so much better. I'm just saying.
Ah, just saying.
Just saying.
Firefox as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Firefox didn't work for me. Nothing works for me.
Huh.
It's like I've got
Wow,
Firefox.
that
worse
was
than
incredibly
Chrome.
fast.
But with
That's the
Firefox,
fastest I've ever seen this map load.
Must be good.
Probably been cached by now. Probably.
Are we really right there?
Are we somewhere over here?
No.
I mean, we did just barely leave the house because we didn't want to camp there or sleep there.
Actually, no.
I guess
yeah,
you're
no,
right,
he's
yeah.
right.
Oof.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys might be like, because you guys had decided on Oralunga, you guys might be there at most.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
What is this sort of
actually,
light teal? Is this like marshy area? I mean, I understand. I
That
can't exactly
is-
tell unless we get there, but I could
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it from on top of the
Um,
heart.
Yes, it is, in fact, from what you can see, some form of marsh.
Oh, it's all black.
Tall plateaus and walls of dense foliage kind of enclose it, though. So, yeah, you can't exactly see into it properly like you could imagine you could if you were, like,
Mhm.
higher above it or anything. But you guys are, yes, also a bit more out in the open now. So, sorry, you guys weren't amongst the trees.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You still have my 3 sticks.
But I mean, honestly, I think the fact that you guys were in the trees for the fight is what saved you. So, because if those giants had just charged you,
They played themselves. They tried to flank us.
give us
They
a
split the party. It's rule number 1.
survival
Oh, I got you. Yes.
somewhere.
Oh, let's not have him give us a survival roll.
It has been
No,
done.
I will allow someone else to make that check.
Does anybody have better than 4?
You probably got my
I
I
negative
also
1.
have a
isn't
negative
good.
1, so no.
But I'm
Yeah.
willing.
Spoony?
I'm willing to give. I mean, Jake has been the one that
Yeah.
has been rolling for you guys. But if Damokos does it, I'm willing to give him advantage because you guys are going to essentially, his goal.
Right, Damocles.
So -1 with advantage.
negative
or-
1 too.
Do it.
So yeah,
Go-
negative
go
1 with
Damocles.
advantage, or I think it's +5.
Also, I would be a
Damocles.
terrible one
What
to
what sounds better? Because they both sound good, but what sounds better?
Advantage.
I mean, it's not like it's the first time we've been lost.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can only roll better than a 3 or 2.
that crit.
Alright.
A 6.
Well, you get
That
lost.
is that's higher than a 4. That is
Yeah.
It's better than a 3.
Yeah, you get lost, so ignore where your party
But we're
token is for
twice
now.
as not than if I was leading us.
But you definitely do make it into the swamp. I mean, you knew you were crossing the swamp and everything. I'm not going to have you walk straight back under the heart of Uptow when you're,
Yeah.
you guys are lost. You don't know what tile you're on, but you're going in the right direction at least. And we will take the 4 checks for the night roll.
I'll do first watch.
Too late. We can also see your rolls, too, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
I'm not too bothered
He's
about
doing
these
it as
ones.
like an like the certain dominance.
Yeah. But it's okay. I didn't roll over 16, so you're not fighting anything. The night passes peacefully.
Like,
Give us another survival check.
I got us covered this time.
Please.
guys.
And I try survival roll, but I roll at disadvantage with 1 exhaustion. I do.
Oh no, the Damokos is the Oh yeah,
Uh,
the nothing could take you guys for the night anyway.
So would Spoony still have his level of exhaustion?
No, he lost it the other day. Like
Oh, I thought we
were
only
picking up.
got to 1. Sorry.
No, we picked up. We took a couple of days to pick up. When you would be ready to go. But it's it's taken a couple of days. Those
I'm rolling a
perception-
survival check.
Damokos is rolling. Quick roll, Damokos.
That's 6.
Whoops.
Look, give me advantage on this roll instead.
Nope, we'll go with the 14, which means you guys aren't lost anymore. You guys are there, and you guys want to go there? I take it.
Well, I mean, likely
I
we're gonna
mean,
have to
we were
cross this
in-
river, so we might as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were aiming here, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. So
So if you
yeah,
guys
we
go
wanna go that
basically
way.
northwest from this point,
Say
you
we go
guys will
north.
hit.
Not that I have a map, but I'd
So
say
we want to ford a river? We want to.
I don't want to get wet.
Yes, well,
We're in a swamp.
you guys have already been wet for the past
I don't want to
day,
get
like
any more wet.
up to your thighs, mid thighs. You guys have been basically trudging
Terrible.
through some parts.
So
in
up to my
swamp.
chest. So
Yeah. So Nezu's had to, like, you know, kind of semi-jump through the swampy water to doggy paddle through a couple of the channels and everything that you're reaching already. And then as you guys are getting to the point where you usually decide, you know, we need to start making camp, you guys reach the bank of a river that cuts basically straight through the middle of this swamp. Unless you guys want to...
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
through.
I took my headset off for a second.
Unless you guys want to push through, you guys are reaching, you know, the stage of the day where you'd usually be starting to worry or think about setting up camp.
Is there
and
like a
everything,
place nearby that's like not?
Yeah, like, is
What?
there like land we can camp on?
I mean, there's places you could camp and stuff, but like it's almost like there's small islands all throughout the swamp
Sure.
that you kind of, you know, weave your way going between the others, so you're not constantly having to go through leech and bug infested waters.
Yeah.
And that's another fact, you know, leeches are a thing. Very
I don't
occasionally
like
when you'll step onto the land, you'll have to spend a couple of minutes, you know, checking your legs and everything to flick off a leech or two.
Mhm.
It's nothing to worry about at this stage, but you feel like if anything really bad were to happen and you spend a long time in the water, then yeah, chances are there's a good chance you get eaten
Yeah.
to a negative degree.
Yeah, well, I think we should camp and then try heading across tomorrow.
What's the wildlife like out here in the swamp?
You haven't actually seen very much large things like I guess quote unquote threatening creatures. There's the odd bird and spider and bugs and everything.
Very cool.
There's almost swarm-like amounts of mosquitoes and stuff, although they don't move or attack you or function like a swarm of insects does. Magical swarms of insects and stuff with a, you know, almost hive mind working together. These are just, the air is so thick and muggy with bugs at some points it looks like they're swarms.
Yeah. Camp on the island.
Yep.
Is it like a tree
Yeah,
here?
let's find some dry land to rest.
yeah.
Sorry, I am just getting something.
What's that little island like? Is it like a tree? Is there like a tree nearby? Is it very flat?
What was that? Sorry?
It's our little island. Is there like a tree? Or is it flat?
Give me a second and I will
Flattest
find
island you've
something.
ever seen.
That's the
I can
flat
put a
thing
tree on
I've
it.
seen.
I'd love a tree. It would make me happy.
I can certainly put a tree on it. Give me a second.
I mean, it
to-
is wetlands. Are there many like willows, weeping willow trees around?
I mean, you'd probably find all kinds of manners of trees and such.
Oh, willow, why
Sorry.
doth you weep?
I just realized I don't actually have a swamp.
Just
Random
like get a
encounter.
blank. Just get like
Yeah.
a white page and just start drawing on it.
No, this is okay.
True
This
D and
is
D style.
Absolutely fine.
Back in my day, we just scribbled on a piece of paper and called it D&D.
Like a cave.
Yes, exactly. I should have done that, Ezu. But pick an island.
I like this one to the right because it's got the only tree.
It's got the only tree.
Actually, there's a tree right
Well,
here in
we
the middle.
will-
No, right here. This tree.
No. You're right. This one over here.
Huh?
Because this,
Centralized one.
yeah, because you can see this center river part here. We'll call that the main river you've got to cross as well.
Well, it's not very big if that's the whole river.
I know. I can make it big if you want. Here, I'll make it big. It's okay.
I mean, yeah, if it's a river, I mean, it's like, you know,
Maybe don't do that because we need to cross that, guys.
it's like 15 feet. It's like nothing. It's like 10 feet realistic.
That's good enough for us to cross. So let's just leave it at 10 feet.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Look at this. Like, I mean, you could practically jump it so short.
Oh, why is it doing that?
No,
God damn it!
no.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, the river is so beautiful.
And it won't undo.
That's fine. It's fine. I like it. It's thematic. It's like there's a giant anaconda
Oh god.
No,
just
right.
lurking.
And now I can't. There.
It's fine. I'm fine with a giant green squiggle. Just color it in. Or color over it. God, it's gone.
Okay. And of course, the thing changed the color.
I like it. It's fine. It's got the algae on top of it. I think it's like
Exactly.
duckweed, I think is what's called. Duckweed.
Duckweed.
Yeah, that is what it is. Duckweed.
So
Time to
that,
find some
that
stories.
is now how wide the river is. So
I
it
like
starts
it.
on this bank here. and then you've gotta
Yeah.
go across there.
25 feet. That's what I like to see.
Right.
So are
Can
we
we-
camping?
Can we sacrifice this one to the river to make us
You
look
go
fast?
first. Check for piranhas.
Are we? Well, here's
But-
the thing. I mean, like,
For
do
the
we need to
night-
cross it now, or do we want to cross it tomorrow morning or something?
Probably tomorrow morning.
'Cause aren't we camping?
Like it's like dusk now, right? You know.
Yeah, it's getting dark. Like, if you guys were still in the forest, it would already be pitch black by now. But, because, you're more in the open now, it's failing light. The sun is literally going behind the mountains.
Now, thanks to you, we gotta wait till tide goes out.
Now that I think about it, it might be a good idea to go cross the river at the night so we can actually have our clothes drying on the other side. So we're not wandering in white clothing. But then again, I guess that doesn't matter in a swamp. That doesn't really.
Still a swamp,
You're
yeah.
also gonna be,
See, the thing
Pretty
is, a
tired.
lot of swamp creatures are awake in the night. You don't want to jump in swamp rivers in the
Yeah,
night.
I'm not gonna like back away from the river. I'm gonna camp right here.
They could probably be ill. They could probably.
Stick up my 3. I don't actually see anybody else. Is anyone else on this board, or is
No,
it truly
it's
just me?
truly just you at the moment.
I feel so low. Okay. I say we pitch our camp right here, and I'm gonna whip out my 3 sticks.
You brought him with you?
Probably.
Are they
I mean, that's the
inventory?
nice thing about my house. It's a mobile house basically.
So,
3
make
sticks.
your perception checks, just so you guys feel like you're doing something.
11.
Man. Rough
And of course-
rolls.
Oh God.
I got advantage on that one, right?
On what? No.
I
Why?
got advantage on
Why
that
Hey,
would
one.
you?
what is that across the river? Is that a bunch of angry snails I see?
Wait a
They
second.
aren't,
Wait a
they aren't
second.
angry. Oh, okay.
Are a bunch of not angry snails over there?
This encounter is based off of passive perception anyway, so anyone who has a passive perception over 12 sees these two creatures kind of
Oh,
just...
then I don't
do.
notice them at all.
Is 9 a bigger number than 12?
Then no.
There are two creatures.
Yeah, like, if they're pointed out to you, you can see them. They're kind of just shuffling their way along the riverbank. They'll stop every now and then and...
What are they
they're-
exactly?
They're called Eldani. They
But what do
are
they look
basically lobster
It's a
people.
handout.
Did I not? I
How
gave you a
large
hand.
are
I didn't
they?
actually see the handout, interestingly enough.
They are medium.
It's around the size of a human. And
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
They look like lobster people.
As well, there.
Crawfish.
crawdaddies.
Crawdaddies.
There you go.
But it would kind of just be... Yeah, they would be the same size as a Mirelurk, but obviously look like that. They wouldn't be paying you any attention. It'd look like they were eating or scavenging for food.
Yeah, I'm certainly content to leave well enough alone.
I mean, what am I gonna do? Swim over there and like wrestle them? So I'm fine with letting them just walk.
And you guys would wake up the next day. The Eldani would have continued on their way throughout the night, and yeah, you got a river to cross.
All right, I like it. Who wants to go first?
The one who summoned a dark god
Excuse-
to make the
excuse me.
river bigger.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure you do.
So, standard river, we take a rope, we tie one end to it down here, and, if nobody else wishes to go, I'll go first.
there's much easier ways to cross this river than.
What is it?
It should be noted that river is a pretty loose term in this sense. A lot of the waterways that you've been traveling through are almost sludge with mud and weeds and stuff like that. And this one just seems to be moving, as opposed to the rest that all seem to just be a crisscrossing waterway of stagnant water that doesn't seem to have very much of a current. Like, obviously it would have some natural current, but it doesn't seem to have a forced current like this one does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's by no means
how
about
deep
to
is
drag
it?
you away. Wow, that's the thing. Like,
It's
the
not,
entire
it's
time
probably a lot
you've been
deeper than
traveling
it
every
looks.
estuary and everything, you've traveled through every piece of water you've traveled through, you've never known exactly how deep it is. Sometimes it'll be halfway up to your calf, sometimes it'll be halfway up to your thighs. Nezu, it's basically always at best up to his hips.
Could I sort of tightrope that rope once it's tied onto the other end?
I mean, you definitely can, yeah. The others, you can take a dexterity check and just take one of them.
I
'Cause
mean-
being a monk and a halfling, you're pretty dexterous and everything, and you're smaller size. The others would probably have to make two if they wanted to try and tightrope across.
I'm not actually gonna afford them. So
What are you gonna do?
I can just get across another
Oh,
way.
sure, fair enough.
Yeah, because can't you fly? At least by the spell, not naturally.
Oh, May.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can fly.
There you go. The two of us can already get over then. What about you two?
Well, I'll tie this rope here. One of you fly on, tie it to the other side. Nezu will go across, and then I'll untie this end here and come across last.
Well, we also have Dragon Bait and that other guy.
Oh yeah, they're
Yes.
with us, aren't they?
Sorry, yes, they have been with you the whole
We
time.
could come through at some point.
Yeah, I guess. Alright, well that gives you all on your own. My plan doesn't work since we gotta get these two across anyways.
What was the plan? Were you going to carry us
Well,
across?
Should we
I
Should we-
mean, out
should
of
we take
character,
a
if
quick
I
5-minute break?
Sure, we can take a break.
I'll take a
Because I need to
sure.
smoke.
Yeah, but out of
And
character.
people can refill drinks, and we can you guys can have a talk about your
Mhm.
plan. I shall be back in 5 or 10 minutes.
Yep.
Sweet.
I'm gonna go have a smoke, but I'm gonna bring my phone with me so I can keep talking.
Okay.
Sure thing. But yeah, Grim, I mean, out of character, like, if...
Are you guys strong enough to
Damocle's
carry somebody?
No, if Damocle's cast Fly, and I can cast Fly, since it's level 7 at this point, it works on 3 people, I believe?
Oh, I see.
I don't think you can actually cast it at a higher level. I'm not
You
sure.
can. I just
Yeah, no,
brought
let
it
me-
up.
let me have a look.
level,
Okay.
using spell slot
Oh,
up
yeah,
a
no, we-
4th level, you can target 1 additional creature for each of your level above the 3rd. So if we're level 7 now, that means that, yeah, it would be 3 people. Wait, 4, 5...
We'll cast a level 4, not
No,
level
2
5.
of us. We can do it
Oh yeah,
each, right?
level spells. Okay, so yeah, but that's still 2. So I could hit somebody and myself, and then Damocles could. But yeah, now that we got these 2, it doesn't actually.
And then how many people do we need to get across?
Well, you could cast
after
Fly
that?
on the 2 of them, wait until they crossed, then cast Fly on you, yourself, and somebody else. And then when we're on the other side,
yes,
we
yeah.
can just take a rest.
I could,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
consider the
'Cause
following.
of-
I don't. That I just
No,
made you
I'll
guys
do that
agree
because I
to.
can make spell slots out of sorcery points.
Well, then we could let the team player member of our party. I'm gonna be back though. I'm gonna get something to drink.
I might be back.
So how many people do we actually need to get across the river?
Oh wait, and we have one more person, Jake.
I mean, lucky I got 3 level 3 spell slots.
Okay, I actually have a way across. That doesn't need a rope. Okay.
In all fairness, I should probably actually have enough castings of fly to get everyone across.
On my back.
Because I can do it twice at level 4 and then 3 times at level 3.
Man, I guess I ought to get rid of all this like shared equipment that we don't have anymore, huh? Because we left
Stuff that disappeared off the donkey.
along with the donkey.
Wasn't the donkey only like 8 gold though? It's like not worth a lot.
Man, we bought so much stuff. Also want to point out that little bit of money we got from those giants. It's been the most money we have found all game. We went from 6 gold to 44 gold for party funds.
Wait, we got.
Yeah.
Wait, we actually got money for the Giants? Shit, I was
we got
in.
38
No,
gold from that.
That's not even enough to buy the components for all my spells.
Did you hear? We went from 6 gold party funds to
I know, I heard.
44.
Yeah, I was here.
I only have silver. I only and copper.
Well, actually, maybe I do have money.
Well, I mean, we all have like a little bit of individual money as well, but
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. Like, I think I have a little bit of
yeah,
individual.
I'm carrying the party funds on me, but.
Oh, well, you know. Well,
Hey,
to brag,
Spoony,
but-
would you like some like poison?
I could probably use it.
Yeah, we've got like a little bit of poison you can have.
Because I do have an alchemist kit I could do stuff with.
Well, we have like
that I've
poison,
never done.
straight up poison. Like we have this, alchemy jug that can be used to like, straight up create poison out of nothingness.
Wait, what? That seems crazy.
Just a little bit of it, and it's not strong poison, but
Probably
we
use
use
it on
it
my
for
darts or something
water,
like
and
that.
we can use it on poison as well. It'll do an extra, 1d4 damage if it fails to save.
Yeah, not terrible.
We've also got like acid. If you guys like want some
I'm back.
grenades and stuff, you can throw like vials of acid at people.
Like, you want to have like a trip or something? Sure.
Oh, not that kind of acid, but
Did you take the grenades?
I do have the grenades.
All installed?
Yeah. I don't really know what they do. I have one homemade hand grenade.
Just pull the pin and find
Ooh,
out.
I should actually have 2 of them though.
Lighting
Yeah,
a
I
fuse,
did steal
same
2 of
condition.
those.
It's lighting a fuse too, motherfucker.
Man, we completely forgot about those. At least I completely forgot about those guys.
I knew it existed.
I was gonna use them, but then I died.
Yeah, I hope they don't think we're dicks.
I think a good 60% of the people you've run into think you're a dick. and
Nah.
I even think you're dicks.
What?
I'm traveling with you.
Oh, we're just letting you come on.
But
We're
Shago did.
feeding you.
Did we?
Okay.
Shago
You
definitely
also
thought we
hold
were
this man
dicks.
captive.
Man,
He's your
We
slave.
were addicted to that guy. Oh.
Also,
Did
hate to be that guy.
have any
Oh,
ideas?
okay.
Did we have any ideas for the crossing of the river?
Yeah, we're gonna fly.
Like, everyone can fly. I've realized.
What? Just burn all your spell slots on fly?
Well, I mean, like,
have
one
rest
of
on the
us
other
is
side of the
a
river.
warlock, and, if they sit around on a bench for 10 minutes, they get them back.
Yeah.
15, I think.
15
One,
minutes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there is 7 people needing fly.
Is there?
Yeah.
Well, I can cast
Yeah,
it 2
we're-
times at 4th level and then 3 times at 3rd. So
No,
that's...
I can get 4 of us to myself.
Yeah.
So can you get 3 of you across Damakos?
I can get
Yeah, and I can
7
jump.
of us across.
Where you can get some of us across.
Yes,
Yeah,
I can get
30
3 of us. I can get the rest of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, mark off your slots, and everyone enjoys, a couple of minutes of
The
flying
first
across the
wave,
river.
yeah, I guess we'll just do all
I
of it.
am going to do this thing too,
I
though,
can fly.
as soon as I find it.
And then I'm out.
Oh, I guess you gotta roll to see if you, like, wild surge, too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yes, I do have to do that, but I was going to do another thing.
Oh.
I was going to do this and get my
Whoa.
4th level spell slot back.
And it is also.
So it would be
typically-
2 castings.
It'd be at one point, as the spells are cast and everything, when it's cast on Dragon Bait, the area would start smelling a little bit like violets.
Oh, he likes that he's flying. Maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. We don't know that it necessarily correlates.
Not that his face gives much emotion and everything, but you'd think it's kind of the opposite by the fact that at one point just before floating across, Simba would whisper a couple of words in his ear.
Oh, he literally doesn't like that.
Okay, here's the question then: would he be willing?
Yes, he's like, it's, I mean, not to give you a key to his emotion scales and everything, but it's worry, danger, or fear.
Now I know. Knowing's half the battle, G.I. Joe.
But everyone would make it across safely on the other side, which, now that we're across, I will just say it's very good that no one went into the river, because the river was just leeches. Basically all leeches.
So leech.
There's like the plant matter that grows in swamps, and then like an inch of mud water that you couldn't see through, and then like a foot of leeches.
Ooh.
So that would have been just disgusting for you guys.
It would have been busting for them,
I
guys.
talk to the leeches. Some leeches don't bite
And
me.
you just get screams of hunger.
I diplomatize the leeches.
Please don't eat me, leech.
Grim polymorphs into a leech.
Like, have you seen Princess Mononoke?
I have not.
The anime movie? Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, if you know, like, the infection disease from that movie that affects the boar god in that movie, that's what basically the leeches are.
Well, that's horrifying. Well,
I'm glad one person's seen that movie at least.
Doesn't ring. No.
I mean, if you're into anime and movies, it's a really fucking great movie, and I say that as someone who isn't a weeaboo.
I mean,
Get a load of this weeb over here.
Sure, you're not.
I mean, Studio Ghibli films are pretty mainstream.
Yeah.
They're pretty main.
Yeah, they're great.
I was worried it was going to be like the never-ending story where the horse dies.
No.
Yeah, now everybody...
The horse was sad.
Everybody's got to remember that now, too.
Nay.
No, I'm sure the elk in that movie is absolutely fine, because it's not a horse, it's an elk. But we're across the
Yeah, I'm
river,
pretty sure it
and
was
we can-
definitely a horse.
No, he's
No,
talking
no,
about
I'm
no,
talking-
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see,
Mononoke.
I got you.
The main protagonist in that movie has a friend elk called Yakul.
I see.
But we are back here, and I will call us there without using the day's movement, so we can make our survival check. And
I got it.
No,
wrong, don't
please,
worry.
roll quickly.
Look, I can only
Them
do
beat us to
better
the
than-
draw.
That's
so
not me.
are we just gonna keep going
The
straight
15 saves
northwest?
us.
Do so.
I think for
Interesting,
now
it
we
doesn't
can
say who
go
it was.
one more straight northwest. I don't think we need to cross the river again, so just one more. Yeah. I think we could follow
you
the
do.
river. Shit.
Did we take a 15-minute break? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We can take the 15-minute break before.
You can take the short rest, yeah.
Yeah. So do we actually need to cross this river again?
Yeah, kind of. Oh god.
Oh, it was a
no.
crap.
Oh, God.
The token has got very
Oh no,
thick.
the party's been squished. Oh no. Big
No,
party.
gigantic.
Tiny
It
party.
won't go back to the same size anymore.
Wide party.
Man, those days on break really made us gain weight.
It's probably fine like that, really.
I didn't know my
Oh,
wild
so
magic
big.
surges were that bad.
I know, right?
Then we can see
Look,
which
I've
tile
planned-
we're
I've
on
planned
when
our-
it's little like that.
I've planned our path.
Yeah, little one's actually pretty cool.
Oh, there you go.
nice.
I'll plan the path for us
Dang it.
with my 3 survival. We go down here.
So I mean, yeah, if we can just burn the spell slots again, that's absolutely fine. We can just call it you cross the river at the next point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
mean,
this is
as
my
long
map.
as we rest before the next part of the river, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, well, you'd be resting tonight and then crossing the river again the next day.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That seems good.
So give me perception rolls for the very quiet night, and then give me a survival check.
Survival check. Look at that. See, look, I'm whipping out the good survival checks.
No,
now.
just Democrats.
Oh.
I can't see shit,
It's okay.
but I navigate us.
It's okay, Emerald. You can still keep rolling your survival checks, because then when you get the higher roll than Democos, even with advantage, you can be like, aha, see, we should have been using my rolls this entire time,
Exactly.
even though I failed 4 in a row.
I didn't fail any of them. Except that
you-
3.
You really
Target
would've.
number is at least 10.
Yeah,
I mean,
you would have made
I
one
don't know
of
that.
them.
You don't know that. Maybe it's not 10. Maybe it's
I
only
do
like
know
3.
that.
No,
This is like
it's-
episode 25.
It's often very different to 10, but 10 is the baseline minimum for getting lost in Joel.
Often is the key word.
It's often
Often,
higher.
Yeah, often it's a lot higher. But we can move the next day, so I would assume it would be there to get across the river.
And here's
And-
my, just in case.
How many tiles have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got a week of traveling exactly until you guys are in the area that Demokos would have pointed out and talked about. I can't remember if we bought out. the
We have
map that
not.
People don't know. Yes, so he wouldn't have pointed it out yet, but he, from where you guys are standing now and everything, you'd see the mountains, and he'd point at the C shape in the mountains and say, it's in that area. Did we want to just quick skip a week, or did we want to roll for every day of the week?
I mean, we can just sort of roll, do 1 roll per day, not just 7 rolls.
Yeah, not that terrible.
Well, yeah, it was basically going to be, do you just want to travel this week as 1 day's worth of rolls, or do you want to do all the rolls for the entire travel?
I'm game for either. It doesn't bother me, making the rules.
I'm fine for either.
Alright.
Let's go
Odds
through
we
the let's go
travel-
through the rolls. Let's truly journey out here. Do
Okay,
really
okay.
trekking the jungle.
Yeah.
Let's have the opportunity to get lost, so the opportunity arises that they might have to show us the map.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. Well, in that case, give us your, what's it called, checks for the night?
Oh,
Perceptions?
perception. You're welcome.
Then I'll just throw one of those out for the day.
Yes. Rio, during your watch, as you're kind of just patrolling through the surrounding area around the camp and everything, give me a D20 roll.
D20, just a straight.
Yep.
You step on a landmine.
No, you find a small box buried in some roots with quite an actual sizable collection of 2 climbers kits. 2 entire climbers kits in their entirety.
Sure.
What?
Nothing else, just these 2 climbers kits.
2 climbers kits. Yeah.
Hmm.
Basically in, a small chest buried in some roots.
Hey guys, look what I found.
I'm asleep.
Oh well, I suppose
middle
in the
of
Yeah.
morning.
Everyone's asleep. Hey guys, look what I found. An extra 40 pounds of equipment to carry around.
It's only 24 pounds.
Ah, well, that's good then. And to be fair, it's not like you guys are carrying around a bunch of equipment considering you lost everything.
Yeah. That means we have 3
Actually, that's-
climbers kits.
Yeah, actually, that's a point. If you don't, like, remember how we grayed out everything that was on Chonky?
Yeah, I
and everything
actually,
like that?
while we were on break,
Yeah, I
I
was
got
gonna
rid of all
say-
that stuff that we don't actually.
We can delete all that
Yep.
now. That is gone.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure that was only you and Jake that had to worry about that
Yeah.
anyway, and Jake's leaving soon.
Yeah.
He is basically here until he gets ridden out naturally, which is coming. But we will move another, and then give us you already rolled survival, so you don't get lost, and then give us perception checks again.
I see everything.
You see all of the nothing.
So you
'Cause
know,
that's what
actually, like
happens.
looking at it, and I don't know Jake's character, but I don't have like a rope on me. So like, during down times, I'm gonna be working on making rope as best I can.
Yeah, if you want to, because Jake has no rope either. Give me a, I guess, survival or sleight of hand.
We will, guidance to survival.
I like giving people. Yeah, I mean, in a day or two, you'd be able to create a length of rope you'd be
Yeah.
pretty sure would be safe to use. But that being said, does climbers kits not come with rope?
I'm not entirely sure. I gotta look it up. It doesn't say it on.
Pretty sure they would have come with spools of rope. If it doesn't say it.
It does
Actually,
not
yeah,
come
no
with
rope.
Yeah.
It does not know. Special pythons, boot tips, gloves, and a harness. Yeah, so no, it doesn't have rope.
So I'll add some rope.
And you'd be able to get one spool. That'd be, but the survival would be between, finding the actual rope and then tying it and everything, or just even finding a vine would be able to work.
Yeah.
Give us the survival check, Demikos.
Do we survive?
Yes. And then perception checks. Just saying, you guys are getting pretty lucky with the encounter rolls too, to be fair.
I thought we were getting pretty unattacked.
Yeah, like I'm having to roll 4 for each night, 1 for each perception check, and then 1 during the day.
I'm back.
Well,
You guys
wait,
didn't miss me.
Looking back, I was worried you died.
I mean, I was like drinking my water. Next thing I know, I was dead. Are we taking like a quick break or something?
No?
Oh, we're just waiting for me to not be dying.
No.
Oh, what are we doing?
Rolling perception
perception
checks.
checks.
Let's see. Okay. Oh no, this is like the 3rd time or 4th time I rolled an 11 on my perception check. Didn't necessarily bad, but
Slightly above average.
With the -1, it's
So
even.
where would you guys, what kind of general area would you guys have made camp? What would you have looked for camp? Because there is an encounter tonight.
I mean,
Are we in a sandy
we're in-
pit right now?
There's heaps of mounds around us.
Yeah.
I would personally suggest
a high ground.
bunkering and get as many walls around us as possible.
so low.
As many I'd suggest the low ground.
High ground. We need the high ground. not the
We
low
don't want to be
ground.
seen.
But if you are seen and you're on the low
But
ground,
we don't want to be seen.
Well,
Like
you
it's
can
a
see on
higher
the road
chance
on
of being seen if we're making a fire on a hill.
But you're gonna see it if it's like 5 feet to the left down in the pit instead. But sure, let's go to the low ground. We're in the low ground.
Yep. Sorry, I've just got to.
That means we're gonna have disadvantage on all of our attacks.
I have the high ground, Anakin.
Nothing cancels high ground if you can fly.
Ignore the low res background. I'm not tiling a shit ton of them on. And I mean the mounds aren't like massive. At most, the tallest one would be, standing height of Riod.
So it truly didn't matter.
Yeah, like you guys have
told you we
walked
should have
amongst
had the
these
high
mounds
ground.
before. But I forgot I have not dragged you onto this map.
Well, it's very dark.
Yes, it is, because I believe lighting and stuff is turned on. So
Let's do it.
yeah, should be very light now.
It is very.
I'm very zoomed in. Yep.
Oh, I think it's loading. Oh god, no. Well, the background is very low res. Is this like, are we ants now?
No. It was just a single tile thing that I just stretched out because, again, I have a lot of different jungle maps, and I even have a water map and cave maps, but no wasteland maps or swamp maps, which is what you guys are traveling through now. I thought we were going back through jungles a lot quicker than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'll forgive you this time.
Proof that players always ruin the DM's plans.
Right, sure.
no, it even wasn't. I just didn't check under the tiles. I forgot to check the actual DM map for
He ruined his own.
you guys are coming through. Yeah, ruining my own shit. And then I need to find Artus and Dragon Bait. Anyway, as we are resting for the night during whose watch was it? The third watch, which was Riod again.
do.
And luckily he manages to see them as well. Because
He's
you
getting
watch
ganked on Riyadh's watch. As if he's like, I think Riyadh's a double.
Yeah.
This is at least the third time we've gotten ganked during his watch.
What be those?
Is that a man riding a dinosaur?
No, it is. I mean, you wouldn't be sure of their race, but they look like very large newts, and they're very, very red. You'd guess probably fire newts.
Interesting. I shout the obligatory "We've got company" and then mage armor.
Yes, and people can roll their initiatives.
Oh gosh, let me roll my initiative. Wait, that's a stat block.
But yes, each of the giant striders also has a fire newt on his back, but I'm using them as one token until the strider dies, and then the newt will come off its back one turn later.
Sure. My initiative there. Yeah.
So many spells to
Take a
cast.
career, 'cause then that
I wish
means
for
that,
once
like,
we weren't just like ambushed and I had proper time to cast my spells before combat starts.
well, I mean, at least you
When
get
do we
a
get
turn
to
for
do
it,
the
though.
ambushing?
You need to,
Sounds like
give
you
us like
need
an
a sense
event
beat.
we could like like prep to like kill someone. So we can like have a plan.
What
and all
happened?
that.
What? Wait. Let's before we do this, let's go back and remember what happened last time we had time to prepare to kill someone.
Ugh. Like,
We
I
left him in
mean,
a punji pit. We left him in a punji pit trap. Chucked oil on him, threw spears at him, lit him on fire, and just tortured him to death. And then he came back as a revenant and killed one of us.
but
So
Don't-
maybe
but we
let's
did
not
kill
try and kill people.
him.
Don't forget that he climbed out of the pit and we kicked him back in, and then he put
Yeah.
the fire out and we set him back on fire.
That whole thing was a mess. Remember when?
Are you guys the baddies? Are you guys?
We were before
No,
Rion
don't
developed
worry.
his
Don't worry.
moral compass.
Don't worry, the guy who did that died.
Yeah. But
Is that
We
you
will-
assassinate him, Rio?
pick up the turn with Nezu.
Goodness.
A bit more cautious for my near-death experience.
Oh,
See.
wait, sorry. I forgot. Artists and Jake will sit back and watch and just cast spells if needed at the end of the turn order. So he will take last action and just use Healing Word to heal people if they need. This is not by any means a threatening fight, I don't think. Unless this, yeah, no, not really.
We got him. I got them, I should say.
And I'll just throw a dart at the giant strider there.
Yep. The hit. Good hit.
And I will do it again. Well, that's not a hit.
Nope. So that's 2 darts used as well.
Yep.
And it is this back one's turn. Who will... In 20, 30.
So can mounted things make deck saves?
50. Yes, but they go
Oh
off
god,
the
it's so
mount
fast.
sticks. Yes, they are fast. And then it will, on its way past, do that at Dragon Bait.
No. Dragon Bait, don't die.
Tetro! Stop it! Sorry. So...
Wait, so is that Mato?
That is, yes. No, not you. Just those two.
Am I getting hit by this?
Yes, you are.
Let's see. What do I need to roll? A deck save?
Dex save DC 12, 46, half damage.
Character sheet right now. Deck save.
So 9 on a save. So everyone takes 9.
Oh my god, it's like 9 damage this thing? Ugh. What a loser.
I mean, 46. And that is its turn. Artis will 10, 20, 30, and hitting the wrong things. Whoa. That's 7, 18. Oh, well, the giant stride is dead. So, and that's Artis's turn. So, Damocles.
Okay. Do I need to disengage? Or am I going to take an attack of opportunity?
No, I do not believe. No,
And
it's only reach 5 foot.
I shall come over here and do some casting.
Fair enough.
So, cast one of these things. Just at 3rd level.
That's at both of them. Two saves, so 15 damage each.
Yeah, I don't know if the guys in the back have to make them or not.
Oh, is this what
I don't know
global
how
news
lightning
looked like
bolt
off the mount?
Mm-hmm.
Each creature in the line, yes. And is that your turn?
I believe that is my turn. Did we get a long rest since we crossed the river last?
Yeah.
Yes, you would have.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
This one shall cast Scorching Ray against, wait, how many is it? 3. One against Artis, one against Nezu, and one against Riod. So first is Artis, which is a miss.
There's a little bit of
Sorry,
a counter
he's
spell on
He's
that.
not gonna. He's not gonna cast them.
Oh gosh.
Okay, counter spell.
Sorry?
Sorry, yes.
Well, is that
The repeating attack?
being attack specific spell description link?
I just want to know what Scorching Ray is. I just want...
He would, at that kind of chitter, point at you and pull back behind his friend. Bring us to Riod's turn.
Alright, we are going to cast the Shield of
Season the lightning.
Bees for cold.
The shield of bees.
Which is just Fire Shield.
So just a swarm of bees come out of your hive and kind of swarm around you.
And we're gonna move up.
Why are you shielding yourself for cold?
Because they're like lizards.
But aren't they doing? Wouldn't you want to shield yourself for fire?
No. It doesn't like protect me against the thing. It deals that kind of damage.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, did you go?
I mean,
warm
I
or
guess it
cold,
does,
though?
but it gives you the opposite one. So if I'm doing the cold shield, it gives me warm resistance.
All right. That makes sense. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's not attack on itself. It's whenever something attacks me that it takes damage.
reactions?
Shillelagh. I mean, as a bonus, but that's it. But no, I can't do a reaction.
Oh yeah, bonus action. I
Yeah,
mean,
it doesn't. Yeah, my reaction doesn't work when I move towards them.
yes, I did read that. And I'm split because I don't want to seem like I'm measuring the fact that I know it's triggering off of it attacking, but it's been ordered to attack Damokos. So it's going to disengage for this turn.
Oh.
And it's not because it would trigger its attack. Honestly, otherwise it would trigger its attack because it would work in its favor. But
So
yeah, it's very obvious that the two Striders are now solely focused on Damokos.
Did it
They're like barreling
disengage
towards
from
them.
me, or did it just?
Ooh,
Yeah,
made him
it
mad.
disengaged. So it's not attacking this turn. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. It's not its turn anyway. That was all on your turn because we were talking about reactions and everything. Sorry. It's Alan's turn. That
So
was
is
my
it
bad.
meta then that I know they're going for Democrat?
Well, no. I mean, somebody has pointed out and said, "Damn it!"
Yeah. It was very obvious that the one that looks like their leader pointed at Damokos, and then basically both of the Striders just deadpanned and looked at Damokos and are looking to run at it.
All right. I mean, this might not be as useful. Is it true in 5th edition where radius spells work like towards a center tile, like not the center between tiles? So, like, you know, the radius
I
starts
usually
here. Or do
I
you
usually
do about
work it off. Yeah, I usually work it off the middle of the token.
Okay,
Or,
that's fair.
yeah, the middle of the middle of the
I wanna
square.
not
Sorry.
hit Dimacos. I also don't want to hit Lizard Boy.
Lizard.
Okay. So I'm gonna center right here, and I'm going to cast. Hold on. Here. Just so I don't forget. But it's fine because I don't actually have it pulled up in the game. But I was gonna cast good old fashioned Hunger of Hadon. Is our Slurpy spear.
Fair enough.
So that will not hit. But it will hit this one boy, and it will also put like a giant gateway between them and Dimokos.
Mhm.
And it also blocks line of sight as well, so. Which might be bad for Dimokos, but at the very least they can't see him.
And seeing your giant tentacle pit spring up is is that all your turn?
That is. I'll move back a little bit, I guess. Maybe like right. Let me see how far away. Yeah, I'll move right here. In my turn.
Dragonbait coming into his turn would have at the start of this fight had the area smelling like honeysuckle, but seeing the springing up of your tentacles and everything, he starts emitting the smell of wood smoke and steps, I guess, into it for a second.
No.
And then makes his attack. Does it affect things stepping
It
into
affects
it?
everything standing in it, I believe.
Any creature that starts its turn, that ends its turn.
Yeah, so there's nothing about actually moving into it.
Yeah.
So he is absolutely
It
fine
is
to do what
difficult
he's
terrain,
about to do.
though. I
That
don't
is fine.
know. I mean,
He's literally stepping onto it to make his attack and then stepping off of it.
okay.
And then I believe those are at... Is it at disadvantage because blinded?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, creatures fully within the area are blinded, so it would be at disadvantage.
15, so that's one hit anyway. And drops it,
Oh my
and
gosh. What is that?
puts in the
Oh,
fire.
hey, these little little necky boys here.
Little neck boy. Long neck white boys. Or red boys, I guess.
He would still actually be in the radius there. Oh, which means,
Oh.
wait, did he? Yeah, because the thing was like a 2x2, so he
Yeah.
would need to
You
step
should
back
just
one.
draw the square.
Yeah.
I'll draw it then.
Should have, yes. That's the caster's deal, though.
Oh, I didn't realize that I was in charge of drawing
My
this
own
here.
spell.
It's your spell.
Oh, you drew the last one, so
And that will be his turn. Bring us to
should
this
do
fine newt,
everything around
who
here.
will stand up using half of his movement. And then forward. And make his 2 attacks.
No, it's not.
One of which hits. Bring us to this giant Strider's turn, who will still disengage, but seeing
I don't know why this one came back.
10, 15, 25, 35, 45. And then he can't disengage again. Nezu's turn.
Gotcha. I'll approach this giant strider and attack with my spear.
Mm-hmm. And that is a miss.
Gotcha.
That is a hit.
Okay, and since I actually did
kills-
one, that
That kills
kills.
the Strider. And it
Oh.
leaves the Fire Newt warrior lying on the ground.
Perfect. And since I didn't make a melee attack this turn, I'm gonna punch the rider.
I don't think you're
He
in range.
would be, yeah, he would be out of range there.
Out
I've
of
done
range.
it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. So I've done it for all 3 of them. They move on the tile furthest away from you, just so you can't stun lock any riders or anything like that.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Not you specifically, players.
Yeah, sorry. I just noticed him in that square when he initially spawns, so that's why
Yeah.
I did that action. Okay, okay, end my turn. Okay.
Bring us to Artis, who will 1, 2, 3. 2 hits. 1, 2. Minus 13. And Demokos.
And I will use the bonus action to get a level 3 sorcerer spell slot back.
Yep.
And yeah, I can't see a damn thing. And then just do the exact same thing I did last time, because I have no idea what's in front of me now. So I'm expecting everything to be exactly where it was, and just straight down the same line.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did see him move there before this big blackness showed up.
So good. 1 fail for the little boy. And then big boy succeeds. That's
Hold on. Just let me... Oh no, don't worry, I can't see him.
you nuked one of them though. Riod's turn.
I will move up in symbiotic entity. I've lost control, however, of everything.
I can move myself, so
Let me refresh.
Need one job. Be able to move yourself.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's my turn. I guess I'll, you know, do the level 1 heal on myself.
Have you got control again?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. As it is the Warlock's turn.
That's me. Sorry. For some reason I was like, who's the warlock?
No, not you, not you.
Oh.
Their Warlock.
Oh, they have a warlock. Oh.
Yeah.
Our battle will be legendary.
So that's his turn?
No, he hasn't had a turn yet. I'm looking at his spells, sorry.
But that is
Bring the
him,
best
so I will, you know, do my thing against him.
Yes, yes. He will cast this at second level against you, Riod.
Didn't also say.
Hellish rebuke.
It's a half damage. Nice.
So...
And that's his turn. Bring us to Ellen.
Now it's the real warlock turn. Oh, is there a dead bird corpsey thing right there?
Yes.
Perfect. I waited my entire life to do this for this very moment. So sure, let me actually pull it up. I believe it's actually I can't do it because I need to kill it, I believe. Or let me reread what the ability actually is. You'll have to give me a second.
All good.
Do. Yes, I indeed do have to slay it, so it cannot be anyone else.
Can't you do it as an action, just to anything?
No, I believe it says that whenever you slay something. Indeed, it does specify you slay, not necessarily in general.
Oh, so you can't make Riod's beads landmines. Unless you sacrifice them.
No.
Because it's a reaction, so I can do it whenever, but I actually need to land the killing blow.
Yeah.
So in this case, it probably won't matter because there's no one around anyone. But deck this little boy right here with it.
Eldritch Blast.
With Eldritch Blast, indeed. I just
Eldritch Blast.
stupid thing.
I
Time for Eldritch Blast. Go ready.
Stupid Warlock players.
That's
I bet
not a
they're
very
gonna use
good
Eldritch
hit.
Blast.
Not a very good
You know,
hit.
that
but
misses.
roll a 4. What a shame. That's
You
my
get 2.
turn. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll hit the other guy with this one. Other one. Do I get 3 at this point? What's the? When do I get 3 Eldritch Blast?
I know,
think
you
it's
need
to,
to
like,
check.
11
It's your
or
character.
Eldritch Blast. 5th level. 3 means 11th level. I see. That's pretty high. Okay, let me roll it again. I closed it out though. So give me a sec. There we go. Eldritch Blast. That's a much better hit. That's versus this one up here. I believe that's it. Right?
Yes, it's definitely a hit.
Pink. Wow, man, what a terrible roll.
Is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Dragon Bait.
Hitting for
will
5 damage.
Ah, did I not roll this one's initiative? I did not. Oh, he would have had a turn ages ago. He can have a turn after. Because Dragonbait would... Actually, probably seeing that he's a warrior, wait for him to stand back up. So Dragonbait will hold his turn until just before this fire nuke, which is at 19. So you'll still get a turn first, Nezu. Oh no, he has to hold it till the end of the turn, eh? So 10, 20, 30. He'll just move up and help Artis. Just completely obliterate it.
No.
Nezu's turn.
Mickey boy.
Gotcha. Also, question: this still up?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
This guy does so much radiant damage.
She hasn't dropped it yet.
Well, I guess it's not a fiend to be fair, but I
Gotcha.
didn't even hit this one right here.
So, I'll attack this one with a spear.
That's it.
Okay, not dead, right?
No.
Okay, I would like to shove this thing over here into that square.
That is fine.
Would that be a strength roll, or?
Yes, and I believe it is a contested strength roll, and the warriors will be at disadvantage because it's on the ground. So, unless you get a critical fail, you beat it. Yeah. Yeet.
Okay, and I don't believe I... Wait, I have moved this turn. Okay, that is the end of my turn.
You can still move.
And then...
You can break up your movement in 5e.
Oh, okay. Okay. 35, and I only moved 5, I believe, because I was a square away.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm good.
Artis will move there, and... yeah, kill it by a long margin. And that is everything that you can see dead. Well done, guys. Not that there was a major.
Did this thing, how much HP did this guy have left if he died without rolling?
Oh,
One
he
HP.
was there. Sorry, yeah, roll your damage. I mean, it's blind in your spell on the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
I can actually see
with-
what this one is.
with
This thing is 2d8
6,
or something? 2d6.
7 hostiles around it and 12 HP.
Oh, here's an interesting question. Does this thing... No, because it would say like plus my charisma modifier or something like that.
Yeah. It has 12 HP anyway, like,
Well, he doesn't die his turn.
yeah.
2d6.
It stands up,
That is
stands up,
2d6,
walks out.
Isn't it? No, my bad. I accidentally clicked 1d6. I meant to hit the 2 button, but I accidentally clicked the 1 button instead.
Well, it's at -6.
Is it my turn?
Hold up, we can see.
No.
No, it would have been his turn anyway, so yep, we will finish out this as it uses its last 15 movement to walk up. Miss twice, and then it's Damakos's turn, who can't see it anyway.
If only you could walk to the side 15 feet. Demon's house. We'll never get to slap it.
Slap it.
Forever staring into the void.
Is it,
Roll
Does
this
it take-
pretty
does it take a lot of thinking to do 6 damage?
Oh, it's not my turn, is it?
No.
No, it's Damocos's.
I
Yeah.
think we might have lost.
Okay. Well, it'd be Riod's then, and he can
I think I'm
he can basically kill it by walking up to it with his symbiotic entity.
Rawr, I'm gonna punch a thing.
I think I might be dead.
Critical fail. Critical fail.
Rawr, rawr.
Exactly 6 damage.
There we go. Now it's dead.
Can't believe you would deny me my last hit. Like, close our hellish tentacles.
I
was
can
hoping-
see.
Never get to
Ew.
know what my ability is
Yeah.
now. We'll never, ever get to last anything.
We're about to go back into the jungle. Did we want to loot them first, though?
Yeah.
Is there anything worth looting on them?
No. Let's see.
No.
Stupid things. You find a hat on one of them.
I'm gonna need a bit more description than just a hat.
I mean, it looks reasonably fancy.
Like,
Not
what
to say, not to say regal or anything. Let's say a beret.
While we're
I steal that hat if no one.
presumably taking
no one
our,
minds.
15 or so afterwards for those that can do, we will, as a ritual, detect magic.
It is a hat of disguise. While wearing this hat, you can use an action to cast Disguise Self spell from it at will. The spell ends if the hat is removed. Requires attunement.
Interesting.
I have no needs of magical hats of disguise.
D-
At the moment.
Does anyone in particular want this hat? Because I like it because it's a hat.
I shrug.
I mean,
I shrug as well.
I take it, but I'm indifferent. If you want it, have it.
I was gonna say just have it because I feel like if Ellen's gonna say she wants it, it's just because you want it.
No, I mean, I'm fine. Democles carry around and all that.
Let him carry it around. You can carry around my hats.
I'll let him.
To use my...
What color is it? Because I'm gonna put it on.
I mean, it's a hat of disguise, so technically it can be part of the disguise, so it can be any color you want.
Well, actually,
Well, it's gonna be a white beret.
Okay.
like, your disguise always have to include you wearing that white beret. Like, that's not part of the disguise.
Actually, yes, I like that better.
What do you
could be
mean?
anything, but
It's
you always
always
have
a
to
white beret. So if you try and disguise yourself to be like some orc warlord, he's also wearing this kind of fruity white beret.
include- I like it.
Amazing.
It's cursed.
I love it.
Survival and perception.
Actually, before we continue with that, could I search for my darts and write down something? Write
Yes.
down?
Yep.
Oh, for search for my darts, would that be a roll or no?
It's half of the expended ammo used.
Gotcha.
Round up on decimals.
And I just put this in the dirt with my spear.
Is it gonna be like a...
A trend, yes.
Yes, it is his thing.
I have one trick, and that is it.
And
Oh, you on the dirt?
And I shall use the head as the head of disguise to disguise myself as someone who knows where we're going.
It seems to be working. It seems.
Dimikos, why do you look exactly like me right now?
Sorry, just gonna see how many. So, as you guys are traveling, you would come across another skirmish going on. So we will go back to the exact same map because it is still in the wasteland. It's kind of where the jungle meets the wasteland, actually.
Hey, look, our campfire.
And we've been walking in circles.
We
even have the dead notes here as well.
We weren't lost.
Yeah.
No, my campfire.
Put yourselves on an edge somewhere. You guys can decide.
Let's go to the southern edge.
This is just recently, or this is quite some time?
Oh no, it's going on right this
No,
second.
no. I mean,
Well, no.
we traveled.
Between.
Yeah.
Oh, it wouldn't have been straight away once you started traveling. It would have been the next day, probably halfway
Okay.
through the day.
So it's
Why is that
the
old
next
mage
day.
and lizard guy? They're just standing on here in the middle of the
Yeah. What old mage and wizard guy anyway?
I'm gonna go grab another beer. I'll be right back.
What the hell are those things?
Are these skeleton warriors? There's a lot of them,
Man, that is a reference not many people are going to get him.
but I get.
Hey, Grim would have got it as well. But he was getting a beer.
A roll survival check.
Okay, I think I got this.
Fireball.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could. Like, everything here will pretty much die instantaneously, and if you guys don't want to get into a massive fight again, we can just basically say you guys wait till the opportune moment when, you know, one side's obviously failing, and then you ensure the death of both sides. But it was just the encounter roll that happened. So yeah, you guys would stumble across a group of 3 mud methods, or 2 mud methods and a dust method, fighting off what looks like a surrounding horde of skeletons that are kind of just tearing them apart. I don't know what you guys' direct actions would be, but they
We'll
would
kill them all.
slowly close in.
What would be a method?
It's like a imp,
Insect?
elemental imp.
Sorry. Yeah, it's like a little elemental.
Oh.
Kind of like a cross between an elemental and an imp.
Is that a mud method? I
Yeah.
see.
Yes. And a dust method.
Dust method.
There are 2 mud methods and a dust method being surrounded and basically taken apart by a sizable group of skeletons. But, I mean, everything there is, you know, low enough level that if you let them fight it out for 2 minutes and then just cast a fireball, you guys will be the victor. There's no XP to
Let's
really
cast
win
fireball
from
right
this.
now. Save
But-
them.
You just watch them slowly get taken apart. One of the mud methods would fall first, and then a couple of the skeletons probably would end up being lost as well before the other methods would end up dying one by one.
No.
And I mean, fireball or the skeletons would just end up walking off if they hadn't noticed you.
Our work here is done.
yeah, like this isn't necessarily a fight for you guys. You guys don't have to take this. It's just, do you want to use a spell slot to kill the skeletons?
I mean, if Dimikos won't do it, I'll do it. Well, not that I don't. I guess I don't know if it's guaranteed to kill him.
Treasure.
I know what'll be guaranteed to kill
Oh
them.
god.
No, I'll do it.
Yep. It ruins literally every single one of them, whether they make it or not.
And
It's
it's
just
radiant
a
damage.
Bright
Just to
flash
fuck
of
them up.
light.
Then we
Yeah.
loot the skeletons.
They were basically naked, no weapons or anything. They were tearing them apart with their hands.
And I would have dusted them with that.
Yeah.
Kinda
Like, they
like
were
beat them
basically
into, like-
shambling dust piles as it was. But that would bring us there, and then if we... 3:30, what's time for you guys?
11:30.
So, honestly, I'm pretty
Yes.
tired because
Pretty good.
Yeah,
place to-
we can...
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's literally just going to be rolling to see if we get encounters for 4 more days.
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, we can probably just pick up with a short fight before we walk into the Orolonga area
I'm
next
fine
week.
doing like the slower walk. I'm just tired is all right now.
Alright.
It's a long day.
Well, we can do that next week anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, either one's fine with me. If some people are tired of doing the encountery
It
stuff.
was a good one. I mean,
Yeah,
another
yeah.
session of, Ellen not revealing her abilities.
I can't. I
know.
try.
She's a warlock. They only do one thing anyway.
Yeah, I know. It's because I'm not casting Eldritch Blast.
Like, literally, they just perfect doing that one thing in different ways. That's why they have the, not meta magics. What are they for warlocks? Pacts or
It's
something?
pact magic,
Yeah.
And of course, I took
Yeah.
another 3 rounds to ramp up to do things against like a level 1 encounter.
I love that about it too. Like, you're a druid, so you have things like, call lightning and stuff. You don't have to do your thematic spells, but you're still like, nah, I want to do my 3 episodes of powering up for 1 attack.
and that I
And then
selected.
say I helped.
I killed the one.
Look, guys, I contributed while they're all sitting on, like, piles. I burnt 4 spell slots.
Exactly.
I'm shooting out lightning bolts and fireballs.
Yeah, I
It's
burn
like,
up
look what I can
most
do
of
to
my
my
spell
stick.
Look, at some point we're gonna be like, I mean, we were like happy. We fought a fire giant. I did like 100 points of damage to him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's where you shine, is the longer extended
I
fights.
know.
But the shorter here and there fights are just like,
Well, we need
Yeah.
clearly we need 2 fire giants as our
Oh,
next
gosh.
encounter.
I think we could take it. We're a level up.
what's that? 4 fire giants.
Ooh.
Let's double up 5.
This is Vegas, baby.
But either way, it was a good session. If you've been watching, thank you for watching. You should have been watching if you weren't watching. Hope you all have a great day. And peace out. Bye-bye.